Most of you aren't subscribed. Make sure to subscribe, as it helps out the channel. Without further ado, cutting to a tent, late at night, a mysterious old man declares Yuji as their target, but he and his men admit that they know little about Yuji's history. Having made it to Killia, Yuji, his slimes and his wolf all talk about their favorite foods, which makes them all realize that they've traveled for a while without stopping to eat. Looking around, they spot a butcher, asking if they could purchase a ton of meat. As Yuji and his companions munch on the chunks of meat, Yuji suddenly sees a crowd forming, learning that a high priest from Central is visiting, which makes Yuji wonder what is so special about them. Heading to re-register at a guild, the receptionist checks Yuji's class, sad to announce that Yuji can't be an adventurer, since he is of the tamer class. But upon looking at his skills, she notes how he has the ability to track enemy positions, making Yuji quite valuable, as it's known such a skill reduces death rate by 80%. Just like that, Yuji is now an adventurer in the town of Killia, heading to the quest board to find a quest. As some quests need multiple people, Yuji is greeted by Rhodus the dagger expert, Tina the archer and Lisa the lancer. As Lisa gets close to Yuji, she points out how she doesn't recognize him, prompting Yuji to officially introduce himself, revealing that this is his first party quest. As Yuji reveals his class as a tamer, Rhodus gets annoyed, wondering if Yuji can even fight or defend himself, but Tina and Lisa butt in, pointing out that Yuji is capable of tracking enemies, making him very useful as they prefer to avoid most enemies, and only fight when need to, as their quests only requires them to investigate. Additionally, Lisa and Tina point out how Rhodus is suspicious, as there are rumors that his previous party had gone missing, and that he had abandoned them. Seeing his 3 party members arguing, Yuji can't help but be reminded of his previous life, but his daydreaming is cut short, as the gang head out. Going over the plan, it's revealed that they are tasked with locating the Earth Dragon, a powerful creature, so it's best if they don't engage. Their positions will be Rhodus in the front, Tina in the middle, Lisa in the rear, and Yuji behind her, where he'll be tasked with locating incoming enemies. As the gang head through the forest, Yuji uses his wolf and slimes to patrol the area ahead, relaying necessary enemies immediately to Yuji. As Yuji's companions get fired up, Yuji orders them to not fight, as he has other plans. Just then, the companions run into enemies, which Yuji then announces to his party that there are 5 wolf monsters up ahead. Hearing this, the party are impressed, but Rhodus is skeptical, rushing ahead, only to confirm the Yuji was right. But, as they count the creatures, they realize there are only 4 wolves, realizing that one is attacking from above. Before Yuji can intervene, Rhodus readies his dagger, slaying all the wolves, impressing the others. With Rhodus warming up to Yuji, the gang continue on their path, but as night begins to fall, they decide to set up camp off their path, stating that bandits may attack them, so it's best to sleep in an unorthodox place. As the gang begin eating their dinner by a campfire, the girls ask how Yuji became so good at tracking enemies, but Yuji states that he doesn't know, and that one day he just figured it out. Hearing this, the girls get suspicious, as most trackers are taught by professional trackers, but before the girls can press further, Rhodus interrupts, changing the topic. Rhodus states that they'll take turns watching their campsite, whilst the others sleep. Rhodus states that Tina will start, then Rhodus, then Yuji and finally Lisa. Hearing this, Yuji thinks about how caring Rhodus is, as he had intentionally placed the girls first and last, to ensure that they get the best amount of sleep. Flashing back, Yuji is seen waking up in a mysterious place, having fallen asleep in front of his computer at his office job, only to awaken with a status window in front of him. Reading his stats, Yuji greets a slime, who guides Yuji to an abandoned hut, noting the vast amount of books that have been abandoned. Opening up one, Yuji unknowingly opens a grimoire of divine destruction, acquiring fire, water, earth and wind magic, along with a boost to his health and MP. Suddenly, hundreds of slimes gather around him, all asking to be tamed. As Yuji complies, the slimes begin reading the remaining books, all of which grant Yuji more unique skills. With new skills, Yuji was now able to speak and listen to the slimes, but just then, Yuji was brought back to the present, waking up, as he reveals that it's been a week since he came to this world. Just then, Yuji's companions alert Yuji that Rhodus had run off, but Tina and Lisa are missing as well. As the companions follow after Rhodas, they try their best to hide, realizing that Lisa and Tina are also following Rhodas, having suspected Rhodas is up to no good. Seeing Rhodas suddenly stop in the middle of the forest, Lisa and Tina grow nervous, readying their weapons, fearing that Rhodas may find out they are tailing him. But Rhodas gets distracted, tossing his dagger at one of Yuji's slimes. As Rhodas goes to check on his kill, he's surprised to see his dagger didn't hit anything, but it's because Yuji had turned his slimes invisible, allowing them to continue undetected. Continuing deeper into the forest, Rhodas is seen jumping over several traps, heading into a hut, greeting the mysterious old man. As Yuji listens in, it's revealed that Rhodas is working for this old man, offering to capture Tina and Lisa, who'll be sold for high prices, whereas Yuji can be left alive, since Yuji is a tamer and won't be worth much. Pleased with Rhodas's work, the old man begins rambling on about a prophecy regarding a calamity under a blue moon, but before he can finish, one of the traps Rhodas had set up is triggered by the girls. With Rhodas immediately sprinting to the trap's location, Lisa and Tina both know that the only way out is to fight, but suddenly everyone hears a mysterious sound, unable to recognize the shape of the creature making the sound. Since they've never seen this creature before, the old man calls his men to wait in the hut and avoid fighting it, but it's revealed that the monster is just Yuji's companions stacked on each other. With the girls safe for now, Yuji searches through his skills, stopping on Ice Spell, but reasons he should use a weaker one, not wanting to harm anyone. Placing his slimes around the old man's hut, Yuji transfers the Ice Spell into the slimes, simultaneously casting the Ice Spell and freezing the hut. As Yuji reveals himself, the girls are amazed that his slimes were capable of such a feat. With all three inspecting the hut, they realize that the old man is Gelios, an infamous bandit, which Yuji recognizes as a wanted criminal. With one of his slimes storing Gelios in its stomach, the girls wonder if they should head back, as the quest seems impossible without Rhodas, but Yuji states that they should continue the quest, reasoning that the girls can be trusted. As the girls prepare to search for a new campsite to move to, as their current one may be targeted, Yuji suddenly tosses one of his slimes into the air. Having found a perfect spot, Yuji stuns the girls, showing off the slime's ability to start a fire, set up tents and survey the area. As the girls head to sleep, Yuji stands guard, thinking about what the prophecy the old man was talking about, able to deduce that the Blue Moon of Salvation is the cult related to the attack in the previous town. But Yuji is unable to figure out what this calamity, the prophecy, speaks of. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like and comment.